Ever wondered who would emerge victorious in a hypothetical battle between Bruce Lee, the father of modern martial arts cinema, and Donnie Yen, a master of blending traditional and contemporary fighting styles? You're in the right place. Today, we delve into the matchup between these two martial arts powerhouses, exploring their backgrounds, techniques, and the legacies they've built. Plus, we reveal Donnie Yen's surprising take on this epic showdown: the legend's backgrounds. Born on November 27, 1940, in the Chinatown area of San Francisco, Lee Junfan, known to the world as Bruce Lee, was introduced to a world in motion.
My last name is Lee, Bruce Lee. I was born in San Francisco in 1940. I'm 24 right now.
His father, Lee Hoi Chuen, was a renowned Cantonese opera singer and film actor, and his mother, Grace Ho, came from a wealthy and influential Hong Kong family. Bruce's birth in the U.S. was somewhat lucky, occurring while his parents were on a tour with the Cantonese opera. This birthright granted him U.S. citizenship, a fact that would later provide him with pivotal opportunities. However, Bruce's story truly began when, at the tender age of 3 months, he returned to Hong Kong with his family, entering a society still grappling with the aftermath of Japanese occupation during World War II. Growing up, Bruce was no stranger to the world of show business. His father's connections to the film industry naturally exposed Bruce to the limelight from a young age. He appeared in his first film at the age of just 3 months, and went on to act in several more throughout his childhood and teenage years. This early exposure not only acquainted him with the film industry, but also with the physicality required of on-screen performers, laying an early foundation for his interest in martial arts. However, Bruce's childhood and adolescence were not solely defined by his early start in films. Living in post-war Hong Kong, Bruce found himself frequently involved in street fights. These were not mere childish scuffles, but intense confrontations that often stemmed from his assertive personality and perhaps from the challenges of his mixed heritage. Hong Kong at the time was a melting pot of cultures, ideologies, and inevitably, conflicts. For Bruce, these street fights were both a means of self-assertion and a stark realization of the need for self-defense. The turning point came when Bruce's parents, concerned about their son's safety and the legal troubles his fights could bring, decided he should learn martial arts. At the age of 13, Bruce began training in Wing Chun under Master IP Man. Wing Chun, known for its efficiency, close-range combat techniques, and emphasis on quick arm movements and strong legs, appealed to Bruce. It offered not just a method of self-defense, but a way of thinking, focusing on using an opponent's energy against them. Under IP Man's guidance, Bruce honed his skills, his dedication evident in his rapid progression. Yet, even as he delved deeper into Wing Chun, Bruce's experiences in street fights left him questioning traditional martial arts applicability in real-world combat situations. Bruce's philosophical and physical exploration of martial arts was interrupted when, at the age of 18, he moved back to the United States. His parents, hoping to steer him away from the troubles he faced in Hong Kong and to provide him with better educational opportunities, sent him to live with his sister in San Francisco. This move marked the end of one chapter and the beginning of another in Bruce's life. However, the seeds of martial arts innovation, planted in the streets of Hong Kong and nurtured under the tutelage of IP Man, traveled with him. In the US, Bruce continued to practice martial arts, gradually developing a philosophy that reflected his belief in a more adaptable, practical form of combat. This philosophy would eventually crystallize into Jeet Kune Do, a martial art that emphasized flexibility, efficiency, and a direct approach to combat, refraining from the rigid structures of traditional martial arts. While Jeet Kune Do would come to define Bruce Lee's martial arts legacy, its roots lay in his early life experiences, in the films he starred in as a child, the lessons learned from street fights, and the foundational training he received in Wing Chun. Born on July 27, 1963 in Guangzhou, China, Yen's path to stardom was as dynamic as the action sequences he would later choreograph and execute on the big screen. Donnie Yen's introduction to martial arts began at an early age, influenced by his mother, Bo Sim Mark, a Fu-style Wudang Quan and Tai Chi grandmaster. With such a profound legacy of martial arts in his family, it was natural for Yen to gravitate towards these traditional disciplines. His father, Clijster Yen, a newspaper editor, and his family moved to Hong Kong when Donnie was just 2 years old, marking the beginning of a multicultural upbringing that would later enrich his approach to martial arts and cinema. The Yen family's move to the United States when Donnie was 11, settling in Boston, presented him with a new cultural context and further opportunities to explore his passion for martial arts. Attending Newton North High School, Yen continued to immerse himself in martial arts training under the guidance of his mother. This period was crucial for Yen as he began to experiment with various styles, laying the groundwork for his versatile approach to martial arts. Yen's martial arts training took a significant turn at the age of 16, when his parents sent him to Beijing to train with the prestigious Beijing Wushu team. This experience was transformative for Yen, exposing him to a highly competitive environment and honing his skill in Wushu, a sport that demands not only physical prowess, but also artistic expression. It was here that Yen's talent truly began to shine, earning him early competitive Wushu achievements and setting the stage for his future in action choreography. At age 18, a pivotal moment in Yen's life occurred during a return trip to the United States to visit his family. Making a stop in Hong Kong, he met with action choreographer Yuan Wu Ping, a meeting that would ultimately lead to his entry into Hong Kong cinema. Yuan, recognizing Yen's talent and unique martial arts background, offered him a chance to showcase his skills on the big screen. This opportunity was the beginning of Yen's journey in film, where his diverse martial arts training and innovative vision would breathe new life into action choreography. Yen's choreography is characterized by its authenticity, creativity, and a deep understanding of the rhythm and flow of combat, setting new standards in the industry. Aside from his martial arts prowess, Yen also comes from a family of musicians, which has influenced his approach to choreography and filmmaking. His mother's background as a soprano and his father's as a violinist instilled in him an appreciation for rhythm and timing, which are crucial elements in both music and martial arts. Yen himself was taught to play musical instruments, including the piano, from a young age. This musical background has undoubtedly contributed to his ability to create action sequences that are not only technically impressive but also rhythmically engaging, much like a well-composed piece of music. Mastery in martial arts. Lee's Jeet Kune Do, translated as the way of the intercepting fist, was more than a martial arts style. It was a reflection of Lee's belief in simplicity, directness, and efficiency. Jeet Kune Do stood out for its emphasis on practicality over formality. Lee believed that the martial artist should be like water, able to adapt to any situation without being constrained by styles or traditions. This philosophy of adaptability and fluidity was encapsulated in his famous saying, "Be water, my friend. Water can flow or it can crash." And Lee's martial arts philosophy was centered on the idea that one should be flexible in both mind and body, able to adapt to any opponent or situation with ease. Bruce Lee's revolutionary approach to martial arts was not limited to the development of Jeet Kune Do. He was also a pioneer in the realm of physical conditioning and nutritional science, understanding early on that a martial artist's body is their most valuable tool. Lee's training regimen was rigorous and comprehensive, combining traditional martial arts training with modern methods of physical conditioning. He incorporated weight training, cardiovascular exercises, and stretching into his routine, ensuring that his body was in peak condition at all times. Lee was also ahead of his time in understanding the importance of nutrition in an athlete's performance. He studied nutritional science and adapted his diet to maximize his physical abilities, focusing on high-protein, low-fat foods and avoiding empty calories. His approach to nutrition was as innovative as his martial arts philosophy, emphasizing the need for a balanced diet to support intense physical training. Another aspect of Bruce Lee's mastery in martial arts was his integration of techniques from various martial arts disciplines. Lee was a student of all forms of martial arts, studying boxing, fencing, and even dance to understand movement and combat better. He believed that to be a complete martial artist, one must be familiar with a wide range of fighting techniques and be able to employ them effectively. This interdisciplinary approach allowed Lee to develop a unique fighting style that was unpredictable and versatile, enabling him to face any challenger with confidence. Yen's martial arts repertoire extends far beyond Wushu and Tai Chi. His pursuit of a more comprehensive combat skill set led him to embrace boxing and kickboxing, disciplines that introduced him to a new level of power, speed, and direct confrontation. Additionally, his training in judo provided him with grappling techniques and a deeper understanding of balance and leverage, enriching his already diverse skill set. The integration of these styles into a cohesive fighting approach is a testament to Yen's mastery and creativity. He seamlessly blends the grace and fluidity of wushu and tai chi with the explosive power of boxing and kickboxing, all while incorporating the strategic grappling of judo. This fusion creates a versatile and effective combat style that is as practical in real-life defense situations as it is visually compelling on screen. Yen's profound impact on action choreography in cinema is perhaps where his mastery and innovation shine brightest. His pioneering use of mixed martial arts techniques in films has been a game-changer, contributing to a more realistic and visceral fight experience for audiences. Films like Flashpoint and SPL Chapeau Lang showcase Yen's skillful incorporation of MMA, where the fluid motions of traditional martial arts meet the gritty, intense combat of modern fighting styles. In his choreography, Yen emphasizes the practical application of martial arts techniques, ensuring that every movement is both plausible and grounded in genuine combat principles. This commitment to authenticity extends to the portrayal of martial arts on screen, where Yen strives to depict a true representation of martial arts as both an art form and a means of self-defense. His work has pushed the boundaries of action cinema, challenging both performers and choreographers to strive for a higher standard of realism and technical proficiency. Cinematic journeys. Bruce Lee's rise to stardom was catalyzed by The Big Boss, 1971, his first major film role. Set in Thailand, Lee plays Cheng Chao-an, a man who vows non-violence but is drawn into conflict when he discovers his factory's dark secrets. This film showcased Lee's exceptional martial arts skills and his philosophy of self-defense, marking the beginning of his impact on cinema. The ice factory fight scene remains a standout, symbolizing Lee's ability to blend cinematic storytelling with martial arts prowess. Fist of Fury, 1972, further established Lee as a cinematic powerhouse. Portraying Chen Zhen, a student avenging his master's death, Lee brought emotional depth to martial arts cinema. The dojo fight scene, where Lee takes on an entire school of Japanese martial artists, became iconic for its choreography and Lee's display of speed and precision. The film not only solidified Lee's status as a leading man, but also addressed themes of national pride and resistance against oppression. Written, directed, and starring Bruce Lee, The Way of the Dragon, 1972, presented Lee's vision of martial arts cinema in its purest form. Set in Rome, the film features Lee as Tang Lung, defending a restaurant from gangsters. The climactic fight between Lee and Chuck Norris in the Coliseum is legendary, highlighting Lee's philosophy of adaptability and his respect for his opponents. Enter the Dragon, Lee's final completed film, is a masterpiece that brought martial arts to a global audience. As Lee, a Shaolin martial artist infiltrating an island fortress, Lee's charisma and martial arts philosophy shine through. The Hall of Mirrors fight scene is a cinematic marvel, reflecting Lee's concept of self-knowledge and adaptability. Enter the Dragon, 1973, was a box office success, cementing Lee's international superstar status and influencing countless films and martial artists. Game of Death remains one of the most intriguing projects in Lee's career. Its concept, featuring a martial artist ascending a pagoda to face different challengers, was groundbreaking. Each floor was meant to represent a philosophical lesson, showcasing Lee's deep understanding of martial arts beyond physical combat. Although unfinished due to Lee's untimely death, the film is best remembered for the iconic yellow tracksuit Lee wore, a symbol that has transcended cinema to become a cultural icon, influencing films, video games, and fashion. Donnie Yen's portrayal of IP Man, the revered Wing Chun Grandmaster, is perhaps his most impactful role, catapulting him to international fame. The series began in 2008, offering audiences a blend of compelling storytelling and authentic martial arts. Yen's performance was not just about showcasing Wing Chun techniques. It was about bringing the depth of IP Man's character to life. His method of integrating character depth with martial arts brought a profound authenticity to the role, resonating with audiences worldwide. The success of the IP Man series not only celebrated the art of Wing Chun, but also paid homage to the legendary figure, introducing his legacy to those unfamiliar with martial arts history. In Iron Monkey, 1993, Yen demonstrated his versatility by stepping into a different era of martial arts cinema. Playing the role of Wong Kei-ying, father of the legendary folk hero Wong Fei-hung, Yen brought to the screen a blend of traditional and innovative martial arts choreography. This film showcased Yen's ability to adapt to different styles, blending fast-paced action with a compelling narrative. Iron Monkey remains a fan favorite, celebrated for its breathtaking fight sequences and Yen's dynamic performance. Yen's role in Hero, 2002, directed by Zhang Yimou, further exemplified his range as a martial artist and actor. In this visually stunning wuxia epic, Yen played the character of Sky, engaging in one of the film's most memorable duels against Jet Li's character, Nameless. Hero was not just a martial arts film, it was a cinematic poem, with each fight scene embodying the beauty and philosophy of martial arts. Yen's performance contributed to the film's deep exploration of themes such as sacrifice, honor, and the complex nature of heroism. Yen's crossover into Hollywood with Rogue One: A Star Wars Story marked a significant milestone in his career. Playing Chirrut Imwe, a blind warrior devoted to the Jedi's teachings, Yen brought a unique blend of martial arts and spiritual depth to the Star Wars universe. His character's blend of vulnerability and strength added a new layer to the film's ensemble cast, showcasing Yen's ability to adapt to different cinematic styles and genres. Chirrut's memorable mantra, "I am one with the Force and the Force is with me," resonated with audiences, further cementing Yen's versatility and global appeal. The ultimate hypothetical matchup. Bruce Lee, who stood at about 5 feet 7 inches, weighed approximately 135 pounds during his prime, and was known for his explosive speed, precision, and power, transformed the landscape of martial arts cinema. His physical conditioning was unparalleled, with a reported ability to perform 51-arm chin-ups and punches that could send 300-pound bags flying. Lee's philosophy, "Be water, my friend," emphasized adaptability and fluidity, allowing him to flow or crash with formidable force. Donnie Yen brings to the table versatility, adaptability, and technical prowess. Yen, who stood at 5 feet 8 inches and weighed around 165 pounds in his prime, has mastered multiple martial arts styles including wushu, tai chi, boxing, kickboxing, and judo, as stated earlier, blending them into a cohesive fighting style. His combat philosophy revolves around adaptability, seamlessly switching between styles to suit the combat scenario. Yen's strength lies in his broad knowledge base and his ability to apply it in real time. In a traditional setting, where honor and technique reign supreme, both fighters would likely lean heavily into their philosophical roots. Lee, with his foundation in Wing Chun and development of Jeet Kune Do, would emphasize directness and efficiency. His explosive attacks could give him an early advantage, leveraging his incredible speed to strike critical points. Yen, on the other hand, would utilize his vast arsenal, perhaps starting with the deceptive softness of Tai Chi to gauge Lee's approach before escalating to more aggressive tactics borrowed from boxing or kickboxing. The key for Yen would be to adapt quickly to Lee's attacks, using his versatility to keep Lee guessing. In a scenario where rules are thrown out the window, the dynamics shift dramatically. Lee's philosophy of using no way as way and his real combat experiences would make him a formidable opponent. His ability to adapt to the unpredictable nature of street fighting, combined with his raw power and speed, could give him the upper hand in close quarters. However, Yen's experience in modern mixed martial arts would be a significant advantage in a no-holds-barred fight. His proficiency in judo could counteract Lee's close-range speed, potentially bringing the fight to the ground, a scenario less familiar to Lee. Yen's adaptability, combined with a more comprehensive grounding in various martial arts techniques, might allow him to control the chaos of a street fight more effectively. In a cinematic world where each move is designed for maximum visual impact, the fight between Lee and Yen would be a spectacle of philosophy, technique, and storytelling. Lee's on-screen presence and charisma, combined with his philosophy-infused combat style, would translate into a series of visually stunning, high-impact sequences, showcasing his speed and precision. Yen, with his modern sensibilities and experience in choreographing complex action scenes, would counter with a display of versatility and technical mastery. His ability to blend styles would provide a visually rich contrast to Lee's explosive Jeet Kune Do techniques. The choreographed nature of this showdown would allow both fighters to showcase the depth of their martial arts philosophies, making for a balanced and breathtaking cinematic experience. The hypothetical matchup between Bruce Lee and Donnie Yen crosses time, philosophy, and technique, presenting a fascinating study of martial arts mastery. In a traditional duel, Lee's speed and philosophy might edge out Yen's versatility. In a no-holds-barred street fight, Yen's adaptability and modern MMA experience could provide him with the tools to best Lee. Meanwhile, a cinematic showdown would likely end in a draw, with both fighters' strengths being highlighted in equal measure. The true winners of this ultimate hypothetical matchup would be us, the audience privileged to witness the clash of the two martial arts titans. Donnie Yen's response to the hypothetical fight. Donnie Yen was asked who would win if he and Bruce Lee fought, and his response was not only humble and insightful but also a profound reflection on the legacy of Bruce Lee and the true essence of martial arts. Donnie Yen, renowned for his incredible skills and contributions to martial arts cinema, chose not to dwell on hypothetical victories or boast about his own abilities when confronted with the question. Instead, Yen took this opportunity to express his deep respect and admiration for Bruce Lee. Lee wasn't just another martial artist to Yen. He was a true pioneer, a visionary who forever changed the landscape of martial arts. Lee's innovative approach and dedication opened up new possibilities, demonstrating what could be achieved through relentless dedication and innovation. Bruce Lee's impact transcends his physical prowess. It was his philosophy, his approach to life and martial arts that continue to inspire millions around the globe. Yen highlighted this, acknowledging the profound influence Lee has had not just on him personally, but on the world of martial arts as a whole. This acknowledgement goes beyond mere respect for Lee's physical abilities. It's an homage to the philosophical and ethical principles Lee embodied. For Donnie Yen, martial arts is more than just a display of physical dominance. It's a path towards self-improvement, ethical character, and humility. This perspective is deeply rooted in martial arts tradition, which values the journey of personal growth and self-discovery over the outcome of any fight. Yen's approach to the hypothetical matchup question underscores this belief, emphasizing that the true spirit of martial arts lies in the pursuit of bettering oneself and living with integrity, humility, and grace. Personal lives. Bruce Lee's path as a devoted husband and father began in 1964 when he married Linda Lee Cadwell. Together, they navigated the complexities of life, balancing the demands of Lee's rising career with their aspirations as a family. Their union brought forth two children, Brandon Lee, born in 1965, and Shannon Lee, born in 1969. For Lee, family was a sanctuary and a source of strength. Lee's exploration into the depths of philosophy began in earnest during the 1960s, paralleling his rise in martial arts and cinema. He was a voracious reader, immersing himself in a spectrum of philosophical and spiritual texts that spanned Eastern and Western thought. This intellectual journey was not merely academic. It was integral to the development of Jeet Kune Do. Bruce Lee's personal values and intellectual interests were not secluded from his public persona. Rather, they were its foundation. He envisioned martial arts as a pathway not just to physical prowess, but to self-knowledge and expression. Throughout the 1960s and early 1970s, Lee's public appearances and interviews often highlighted themes of self-awareness, the unity of body, mind, and spirit, and the journey towards self-realization. Donnie Yen's family life centers around his marriage to Cissy Wang, a union that has been a bedrock of support and joy since their wedding in 2003. Together, they've built a life filled with love and mutual respect, sharing the joys and challenges of raising two children. Yen is a devoted father to his son James, born in 2007, and his daughter Jasmine, born in 2004. Despite his global stardom, Yen prioritizes his role as a father, ensuring that his family remains at the heart of everything he does. Beyond his family, Yen's passions include a deep commitment to philanthropy and the promotion of martial arts as a force for good. He has been actively involved in various charitable causes and initiatives aimed at empowering the youth through martial arts training. Yen believes in the discipline, respect, and self-confidence that martial arts can instill in young people, and he dedicates significant effort to advocating for these principles. Navigating the waters of international stardom while maintaining a grounded home life is no small feat, yet Yen does so with grace and humility. He has often spoken about the importance of staying true to one's roots and values, regardless of fame or fortune, their legacy and influence. Bruce Lee wasn't just a martial artist. He was a revolutionary thinker whose influence stretched across the globe. As previously discussed, the foundation of his enduring legacy was Jeet Kune Do, a martial arts philosophy emphasizing simplicity, directness, and efficiency. Lee's creation of Jeet Kune Do in the late 1960s marked a pivotal moment in martial arts history, advocating for adaptability and a formless form that molds to the practitioner, rather than forcing the practitioner into preset molds. This philosophy has been widely adopted, inspiring not just martial artists, but individuals across various disciplines to embody its principles of flexibility and personal expression. Beyond the dojo, Lee shattered racial barriers in Hollywood, redefining the portrayal of Asian characters. Before Lee, Asian roles in Western media were often caricatures, relegated to the sidelines. Lee's emergence as a leading man in films such as Enter the Dragon challenged these stereotypes, offering a new narrative of strength, charisma, and complexity. His success laid the groundwork for future generations, making him a cultural icon who reshaped the perception of Asians in Western media, highlighting the depth and diversity of Asian identities. Donnie Yen has built upon Lee's legacy, influencing the evolution of martial arts in cinema with his innovative choreography and diverse martial arts expertise. Yen's approach, which integrates elements from wushu, tai chi, boxing, and modern mixed martial arts, has introduced a new level of authenticity and dynamism to action sequences. His work in the IP Man series not only paid homage to a legendary martial artist, but also brought Wing Chun to the forefront of global consciousness, inspiring a new generation of martial artists and filmmakers. Yen's influence extends beyond the technical aspects of martial arts. He has been a staunch advocate for Chinese culture and has actively sought to ensure a nuanced representation of Asians in global cinema. Through roles that embody strength, intelligence, and integrity, Yen has countered long-standing stereotypes, contributing to a broader understanding and appreciation of Chinese culture and Asian identities. His efforts have paved the way for more authentic and respectful portrayals of Asians in cinema, reflecting a commitment to cultural advocacy that mirrors the trail blazed by Bruce Lee. In comparing the impacts of Bruce Lee and Donnie Yen, we find a shared commitment to challenging norms, whether in the fluidity of martial arts philosophy or the portrayal of Asians in media. Lee's introduction of Jeet Kune Do revolutionized martial arts, emphasizing personal expression over adherence to rigid styles. His breakthrough in Hollywood challenged and transformed the stereotypical portrayal of Asians, establishing a legacy of empowerment and representation. Donnie Yen, following in Lee's footsteps, has expanded on this foundation, using his platform to innovate martial arts cinema and advocate for nuanced cultural representation. His body of work not only entertains but educates, fostering a deeper appreciation for the richness of Chinese martial arts and culture. The legacies of Bruce Lee and Donnie Yen are intertwined in their shared influence on martial arts, cinema, and cultural representation. Lee laid the groundwork for a new understanding of martial arts and the potential for Asian actors in Western media. Yen has built upon this, pushing the boundaries of action choreography and advocating for diversity and depth in cinematic portrayals of Asians. Together, their contributions form a mosaic of progress, inspiration, and cultural dialogue that continues to resonate globally. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.